Hello guys. You are on the channel Alice Reddit Stories. Enjoy watching. TLDR, married for 3 months. Wife has hit a past relationship that lasted a day before we got married and is still hung over the guy, but not at the same time. Context: both are current university students in the same year doing the same degree. Let's start from the beginning. I met my now wife online last year when everything was online, and we started talking mainly over text message. This type of conversation went on for a few months, and eventually I realized I had developed a connection and love for her which I never felt in my life. I asked her if she would consider getting married. As we are both Muslim and don't want to date, we did not, and after talking for a month or two more approached our parents about the idea of marriage. Both sides of the family instantly were open to the idea. For context, I had moved out of Canada recently to Europe for various reasons, and she knew this and loved the fact that I had done this and wanted me to join me. All throughout this time she always emphasized the importance of being mutually exclusive and not talking to or even considering other partners for marriage. I held on this idea really fondly and ensured I never did anything to betray that. She was also very keen on the past I had when I was 15. I was not intimate with anyone but got close at that age, and everything ended soon after I was 17. There were 2 people. She knows this, and it is a somewhat big deal that I have this past. I ask her about her past, and she says she has never even talked to a guy as much as she has with me, despite people wanting her in various prom, dating, etc. Fast forward 7 months and I am on my way back to Canada, where I was born and grew up, to meet her and hopefully marry her and complete my education. She abruptly starts messaging me with no context that we shouldn't do this, and with no reason provided just starts ghosting me and pushing me away. I was too busy in my own life as planned and known to both of us to give my full attention in May this year, so I was unable to take further action at that time. Soon I arrive in Canada and pay her a surprise visit at our school. She instantly starts shaking and crying and then gives me an interesting story as to why she cannot marry me and I must understand and leave her. Although I can't detail what was mentioned, she needed to travel with her friends to the States and run away to live a dream life she couldn't here with her family. I found this to be extremely painful and pushed her to talk to me, to no avail for a few days. After 3 days we meet again. She starts sexual advances with me and I give in. Although we are not intimate, it is clear the path we are headed on. All throughout this time she is extremely volatile. She knows how I feel for her and continues to meet me. Although we are meeting, she says we can't get married and there is no way it will work. In the same day she may also start imagining our married life together. All in this time, there is one of her male friends she wants to travel with who keeps calling and texting her, and it causes her a great deal of stress, as it seems to me. For context, she would marry him so that she feels safer with him while traveling with her group of friends. This guy is in America, BTW, and that's the place they want to start their travel adventures and eventually roam the world. Despite how crazy the situation was, I pushed and shoved to convince her to marry me. Eventually our parents meet and everyone is extremely happy with the people we have brought. We have multiple family meetings that go amazingly and nothing is wrong, except after each one I talk to her and she says she feels like she is in an extremely bad place, etc. Eventually we do get intimate, and to me this the first time I have done this, and she says it is also her first time doing anything. One time when we were together this way, right as soon as we finished, she cried really hard and didn't say why she felt weird. All in all, an interesting few months. Fast forward again to the week we are getting married. She has me running around for her passport on the story that her sister needs medical help and she needs to travel with her to America to her specialized surgery. I'm running around making both her and her sister's passports. In that week we also go out together to get a dress for my mother as she wants her future mother-in-law to look the best she can at our wedding. The next day, which was a day before we got married, she called me in the morning and told me her mom was really pushing her and was mean to her and that she couldn't take it and overdosed Tylenol. I took her to the hospital and got her checked out, and luckily with just some medication she was okay. Her family found out and was furious, but no one could do anything as the wedding was the next day. On the day of the wedding I received many different versions of her. Some where she was extremely happy and was counting down minutes to times when she was saying she wished she died or went with her friends. Anyways, we get married that evening and everything is perfect. I am extremely happy and relived, and she says she is the same. Soon after, things start coming up that have me on edge. She often talks about how she feels bad for what she did before we got married. She still looks at and opens chats with these friends regularly. She has seemingly deleted everything, but has this Google Doc with this guy she was gonna marry and checks to many times per day, and I have caught her doing it in front of me. It's always talked off and just a dream of traveling she had and that she was just on organizer, so she feels bad. I am always comforting her on this, besides the few times I have tried to confront her about it. Eventually I get curious and start snooping. I log into old accounts of hers and scan through her laptop. She is resistant at first, but gives me permission to check her laptop and socials. However, I am not allowed to open certain chats, which include that man and a chat to herself. Soon I do go behind the curtain and do this and realize that everything has been a lie. She has been in a relationship with this guy alone for 4 years. Even when talking to me, she was in a relationship with him. There were no travel plans. All that was a cover story to her wanting to run away from family and live with him in America. I always told her I need honesty in my relationship, and if she has a past, that is okay as long as I know and choose to accept it. Additionally, I also find evidence which points to her not being Muslim and having serious issues with Islam, which is a big deal to me. The time in May where she randomly stopped talking to me was actually her meeting with him in person. He flew from America to see her and they went to a hotel and she was intimate with him. Additionally, all throughout the time we were talking she would send nudes and sext and have Zoom sex with him. The day I came to see her in school was the same day, surprisingly, that she saw him off to the airport. That day, I did not know at the time, but she was even wearing his hoodie. In the chats I saw, she has talked bad about me and my family and cursed the fact that I'm Muslim with him. I saw stories she told me, but they were different. She mentioned a dream to me where I chase after that man and kill him. But she told him the same dream, but he chased after me and killed him, etc. All stuff that shows she was playing both sides. The passport she made me run for was actually so she could run away with him. I saw texts from the day of our wedding that said she only ever loved him and will never love anyone like that again. She swears that she hasn't talked to him since we got married. But one day I opened her laptop and there were 2 messages from him to her. I confronted and it turned out she thought she blocked him but was using his chat as a diary apparently. Stuff like, I can't believe how much peace I felt here. I have all this evidence saved on my devices hidden from her. I am constantly giving her hints that I need honesty and she should talk to me. She says she is an INTP, so she does not like sharing, but says she has shared everything with me. She says and maintains I was her first true love and intimate partner. Every time I try confronting her, she somehow emotionally manipulates me to leaving it and pushing it away. Since we got married, I have had 3 overdose scares after arguments. I really don't know what to do. I love her from the bottom of my heart and feel it even while writing this. I feel like everything she says needs to be questioned, and she feels this and says it's not fair to her somehow and that I'm being unreasonable. I am not sure where to go from here. I am planning on fully lifting the curtain and discussing everything and seeing where that goes. I want to trust her blindly. I want a pure love, but I don't know what to do anymore. Any advice would be helpful. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. There are many interesting stories ahead of you.